really need to check myself right there. Okay. We're gonna take a slight pause while we figure out what's going on.
Grande and Dalton Gomez officially divorced.
Oh my god, yes.
So they separated officially more than a year ago, but their divorce was just finalized, so now she can formally start her life with SpongeBob.
Did you see she's like paying him like I forgot, it was like $1 million or $2 million from their prenup or something?
I did not see that.
Honestly, smart on him for getting that money.
Yeah, secure the bag, my friend.
I still am like a little confused on whether he cheated or not, but...
I am too, and her album is a bit confusing as well. Because she's saying in her album, she's like, I'm being misunderstood for what happened. I have heard that there was no overlap between... She was already separated from her husband at this point, and SpongeBob was separated from his wife.
So yes, so I was listening to the Las Culturistas podcast, which is with Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers. Okay. And so Bowen Yang, who he's on SNL, he's also was in the Wicked movie, and Ariana Grande is in the Wicked movie. So Bowen and Ariana are friends, which of course this could be biased. But he was saying that, one, he knows for a fact, and he's like, I wouldn't be lying about this, exactly what you're saying. He's like, nobody did anything wrong in that situation. Like, totally. Some media outlet posted it and everyone ran with it.
I feel like that probably happens a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's probably a ton of cheating that's going on.
Completely.
But there's probably a lot of misinformation that goes around. And like, it kind of, if that is the truth, it really does suck because...
She got like berated about it.
She was destroyed publicly, and then he had a newborn, and probably was like, everyone was like, this is the worst dad ever.
Completely.
So it's unfortunate. No one will know truly what happened except for the two people involved.
He was also saying that like a part of her album, which I guess this makes sense for everyone to an extent, is when you write music, you draw on inspiration from real life, but some of the stuff that people sing is like not true. 100%. Like they're not lying, but they're just like for the vibes.
Absolutely. No, we should not be taking the music at face value.
Completely. No, because like you should not be taking this podcast at face value, as we've said a couple of times.
So true.
Cowboy Carter comes out tomorrow when we're recording.
So it comes out on the 29th?
Yeah, so it'll already be out by the time we release, which I'm excited to do a listen. She's doing a Jolene cover, maybe song with Dolly Parton. Miley Cyrus is confirmed to be on the album. Post Malone's going to be on the album. So
okay, stacked.
I'm pretty excited. I know you're not a huge country fan, but
I'm not a big country fan, but I'm a big fan of whatever Beyonce does.
100%. Are you? What was that song?
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah, that's always what I think about when I think about like the vibe of what this album will be.
Totally. Keith will be inducted into the Country Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Are you a big TK girl? Is someone breaking into your apartment right now?
Oh, you know what? I think it's my watching that does the inductions into the Country Hall of Fame. They don't typically, they try to avoid electing artists in the year of their death. And but given that they had just finished their inductions, and the singer died in February, that was right after they finished their induction, so they are making an exception to induct him this year.
Oh, that's cute.
Really nice.
Cool.
Good honor for him.
Yeah, go TK. The Department of Justice in 15 states are suing Apple, accusing it of maintaining a smartphone monopoly within the iPhone. So the suit claims Apple blocked competitors from accessing software and hardware that would have made it easier for consumers to switch devices. So the big issue here is that, like, obviously the Apple ecosystem is the big item that why everyone like continues to use Apple products, like why I have a watch, why I have an iPad, why I have a MacBook, why I have a phone, and why when someone calls me at 4 a.m. literally like everything goes off all at the same time. But they're saying that like because they're not letting certain developers into the App Store, or like Android apps don't work as well, and like they just allowed Android and Apple to FaceTime, that Apple is now creating a monopoly in the smartphone market. So that's interesting. So they're suing.
Okay, well, you know what? I love Apple, but they deserve it.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Yeah, I mean, like, my opinion is someone come with something better. Like, Androids are just, like, so clunky and ugly.
Exactly.
There's also, like, such this cachet of, like, societal, I don't know, like, peer pressure that you know how people are like, ew, I don't want to date someone who has green text.
Okay, what is up? It's so funny that we have as a society created that.
Right, it's like, do you know anyone with an Android?
My dad has it's like a Samsung or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and my cousin, but they both are like anti technology,
100%.
anti-Apple. Well, not anti-technology, but they're anti-Apple. But one of my best girlfriends growing up had a green bubbles up until recently, and her boyfriend, who she's been with for years, when they first started dating, he always jokes when like she first texted him and she had green bubbles. He was like, I almost didn't continue with the date.
100%. Honestly, It's like sometimes an ick.
No,
like,
it is.
Oh, ew. I'm like, you have an Android?
No, I know.
Yeah.
Can we also sue Apple for one, slowing down the phones when they come out with new ones?
Oh yeah, I need a new phone bad.
Yeah. And then two, can we sue them for making us change the charging cords every single time there's a new phone that comes out? Like, they went a couple generations without making us change the cords, but aren't we having to change for the newest phone now?
Yeah, and it like doesn't plug into like any of my computers. Like, I have an Apple computer and like I can't charge my phone with my Apple computer.
You have to buy an adapter.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It's the craziest thing ever.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to reports on this that it's probably going to take a couple of years for this to go through. So Apple's probably just going to stop creating like any huge innovations now to focus on the case.
Oh yeah, because their most recent biggest innovation was like those VR headsets, right?
Yeah.
There was a couple big things that they were doing.
Rumor has it that they're coming out with an Apple ring, because I saw this guy talking about how he really wants to get an Oura ring, O-U-R-A. But people were telling him to wait until the Apple ring comes out.
Interesting. I actually wanted an Oura ring as well.
Me too, because I can't sleep with my watch on, so I just physically can't sleep with my watch on.
Like, it's uncomfortable for you?
Yeah, and I just like feel constrained.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if I could fall asleep with the Oura ring and I could track my sleep that way.
It's such a good app for that, because you can track like your heart rate, like everything during that time to see how you're sleeping. It's so good for sleep.
Yeah, I know, because I know the Aura is not great for activity tracking, which is fine. I can wear my Apple Watch for activities. But I don't know whether I'm getting good sleep or not.
Also, tracking with the sleep cycle app on my phone, that is really helpful.
Do you just like leave it on your mattress, or like how does that work?
Yeah, so yes, I've been putting it on my mattress so it can like really get the movement when I'm like shifting around in my sleep.
Do you move a lot in your sleep?
Not really. I'm kind of that person who like falls asleep and then wakes up in the exact same position I fell asleep in.
Interesting.
And like I don't really move very much. Like the comforter hasn't shifted. Like everything's intact.
Wow, you're like a dream to sleep with.
I truly am. Thank you so much for saying that.
Clip just that part. Wow, you're a dream to sleep with.
I truly am. Me, like, you know how it tells you like when you're in deep sleep versus non-deep sleep, and what percentage, like the quality of your sleep is? That's kind of what I've been using it for, just like kind of determine how many hours I actually am asleep every night. I might be in bed for 9 hours, but how much of that is actually like solid sleep?
Exactly.
So
cool.
The world may never know.
May never know.
Mahomes and Travis Kelce are opening a steakhouse in Kansas City.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's fun.
1587 Prime will open its doors in the Lowe's Hotel in early 2025. So everyone go get your steak in Kansas City, baby.
Do you have a name yet?
I think it's 1587 Prime.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did you just miss that?
Oh wait, I like.
It's gonna be they partnered with like a really popular restaurant group in Kansas City, or maybe it's nationwide. It's called like I don't even know. And so, yeah, well, you guys take that into the bank. And so, we might have to take a non-rev trip to Kansas City just to try it out.
I feel like that'd be pretty easy. What's your opinions? Have you seen the Rhode phone cases?
Yes.
With the gloss in the phone case.
Like, I get it. I think it's like kind of silly looking, but I get why everyone's obsessed with it.
Like, how often are you glossing it up on a night out?
Honestly, I probably don't gloss it up enough.
I was like, I don't think I've ever seen you gloss it up.
I just am like a gloss at the beginning of the night kind of gal, and then I forget the rest of the night, but like maybe I should be glossing more.
How many bananas are you buying?
Well, typically just buy like a pack of 4 or 5.
Okay, so it's been hit. So Trader Joe's bananas price is now 23 cents a piece, up from the 19-cent price set in place in the early 2000s.
Yeah, see, they price by banana.
Yeah. How many bananas are you buying at one time?
I just said I buy like a
Sorry,
pack of 4
I know. I was like reading this article. Yeah, but
How many? Wait, by freaking 5 bananas.
I'm like not paying attention to you at all this episode.